Okay, welcome. It looks like my link did not save, so I'm going to paste that right now. Mortality, okay. Let's see, let's hope that works. Okay, so if that doesn't show up, I will share it with the class. I don't know why it didn't show up. Anyways, sorry. Welcome to my class. My name is Eric. This is my bourbon class, advanced speaking class. We're going to talk about philosophy. And today we're actually going to talk about immortality, right? There's several things we're going to be able to talk about immortality, right? Is it something we want, really? If we lived forever, would we be bored? Would it be something that would be the right thing to do? Should we die? Is there something about us that needs to die after time? So we'll talk about all of that. And then for those of you that want to get in earlier, right? There is the VerbLink Premium account that you guys can get and get into class early, or you can make reservations. I think you can, if you like the VerbLink page on Facebook, or if you refer a friend, I think there's also ways to reserve classes, get in earlier. So, welcome everyone. Just wait for students to get in. If you guys did not get the link, this is the link for today. Okay. Just a short, small little link. Okay, now we got people coming in. Okay, Tarcisio, how are you today?
I'm really fine. Thank you for asking it. And you?
Oh, good.
And you? How are you?
I am great. I can't complain. It's a good day. How has your day been?
It's doing fine.
Good.
Really fine.
Did you do anything fun today?
Yeah. I had a lot of fun today. I was working, so you got the irony.
I'm sorry. No.
Can you hear me?
Good. What do you do? I can hear you. What do you do for work again?
I work in a cyber cafe, but I'm working for a few days. I'm helping.
Right. Well,
Eric?
okay. Yes. You're breaking up. You're
What's
cutting up, so I
happening?
can't hear you. You're breaking up. So sometimes I can hear you, and sometimes I can't.
Mm-hmm. I said that I was working in a cyber cafe.
Okay. Well, good.
I was helping a friend. I was how can I say?
Oh,
Substituting.
substitute. Okay. Well, good. Well, Tarisio, I'm glad you're here. It's good to have you here.
Tarcisio.
Forgive me, Tarcisio. Okay.
Yeah, you got it.
There we go, Tarcisio. Okay, we're good. Okay, and then we've got Selma. Selma, how are you?
How are you? I'm fine, thank you.
Good. And Selma, where are you from?
I am from Algeria. Do you know it?
I've never been there. No, Selma, have you been to my class before?
No, never. I have never been in this website
Okay.
before.
Okay. Well, welcome, Selma. Good. So tell me, why are you learning English?
I don't know, just in order to speak to the rest of the world.
Okay.
They all are speaking English.
Okay. Well, good. All right. Good. Tell me, the rest of you guys, how is my connection? Can you guys hear me okay?
It's really
Very
good.
good.
I can hear you perfectly.
Okay, good, good.
Yes, sound is clear.
Perfect. Okay. Um,
There is echo here.
there is an echo. If anyone has two pages open, if they have a Google Hangout page and a Verbling page open, close the Verbling page. Okay, because that does create echoes. So let's see. Let's go on here. We've got Sam. Sam, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
Good, good. Sam, where are you from?
I'm talking from Spain.
Spain. Okay, great, great. Okay, all right. And what do you do for a living? Do you work? Are you a student?
No, actually, I'm student.
Okay, and what are you studying?
I'm studying a master degree in communication,
Okay,
telecommunication.
well that's excellent. All right, and how's that going for you? Do you enjoy it?
Well, yes, I'm happy with it, but maybe it's a little bit hard. So yes, I think the hardness is good.
Okay, good. All right, we're gonna find that whoever's echoing here. So I'm gonna go through and we're gonna mute people here until I find that echo. So let's see here. Any echo? Yep, second echo. Echo? No, no echo.
No echo. Yeah.
There we
No,
go.
no
Good.
echo.
Okay, so let's see. Michaela, that's probably Michaela. Go ahead and shut down your other page. You only want one page open, okay, Michaela?
Yes, yes, of course.
Okay, good, good. All right. So let's see. And Michaela, where are you from?
I'm from Buenos Aires, Argentina.
Oh, good. Okay, in Argentina. Good.
Yeah,
So why are you learning English?
because I love it, and also because I want to become an English translator. So yeah, have to be great.
Yeah, that's true. You got to practice a lot, right?
Yes.
Good. I think that's an awesome goal. That's a really great goal.
Yeah. Well, I really want to do it. So yes.
Okay. Well, good. Well, welcome, welcome. Let's see. Then we've got
Thank you.
let's see a Gianluca. Gianluca, is that correct?
Yeah, correct. Yeah, where are you?
Okay, where are you from, Gianluca?
I'm from Helsinki, Finland.
Oh, good, great, okay. And tell me, why are you learning English?
Pardon? Could
Okay,
you
we've still
repeat?
got we've still got an echo. Um, who had the echo? Let's see if we still got the echo. Okay, Michaela, you need to shut down that other tab so we don't have any echo.
But it's not me. I'm mute. I'm not speaking.
Let me try something.
Okay,
There is
maybe we've
still
got
an echo.
Yeah,
there
it's
is
not
still an
me.
Maybe Sam.
I don't
Is
hear
it better
echo.
now? No.
no. Let's see. I'm gonna go
It
through.
should be better if we all muted ourselves, and I think it will be solved right now.
Okay, maybe it was. Nope, we still got an echo. I'm gonna find it.
I think everyone should use the mute button and just turn it on when you want to talk.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. So everyone, if you could turn off the mute button or turn on your mute button, right? Unless you're speaking, maybe we can take care of that, the echo. Okay. Um,
I think the echo is gone.
okay. Good. Perfect. Perfect. Okay. So, anyways, where was I? Let's see. We've got Osama. That is correct. Osama. Osama, how are you?
Sama. I'm fine, thank you.
Hmm. I definitely got someone's got an echo here that I need you guys to take care of it. Okay. Okay. So, anyways, Osama, where are you from?
Like I said, I'm from Algeria. It's in the north of Africa.
Oh, good. Okay. Great. All right. And why are you learning English?
Uh, I don't know. I love it. I love it so much. I'm studying English in a university in my
Oh,
country.
perfect. Perfect. That's
It's my
good.
first year.
Good. Well, keep it up. Keep it up. I think that's a great goal. Let's
Yes,
see.
I'll keep it.
Okay. And then we've
Thank you.
got, we'll go on here to Roni. Roni, how are you?
Hello,
Is
I'm
that
fine, thanks.
good? Am I saying, is it Roni? Is it Honi? How do I say your name?
Ronnie.
Roni. Okay. Good.
Honey would be in Portuguese,
Right.
honey,
Right.
but I'm from Colombia, so it
Okay.
is pronounced Ronnie
Okay. Good.
or
So
Ronnie.
tell me, Roni, why are you learning English?
I really like this language. I've been learning it for a while, and also I want to do my grad studies abroad, so I need it.
Okay. Well, excellent. Excellent. Okay. I still hear the echo. Listen, if you guys are going to be in my class, there's, I think right in this corner, there's a place where you can mute yourself. Okay. Please mute yourself if you're not speaking, so we can take care of that echo. Okay. It looks like we took care of it. Good. Okay. So, we've got Ahmad. Ahmad, how are you today?
Hi, Rick. I'm fine, thank you. It's my pleasure today to join your class. It's 4 a.m.
Oh, what time is it?
It's 4 a.m.
Oh my God.
This is why it's been a long time, yes.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that you're up so late. That's well, good. So, what are your plans? I guess later today when it becomes morning.
That's, I think we have echo here, I think, of sound. Yeah, I already, I changed my plan because it's about 5 or 10 minutes when I get my internet connection back. The whole day I lost my internet connection and I was working on the internet, so I decided to sleep the whole day, and right now it's my morning.
Okay.
Now I started. Yeah.
Good. Well, I'm glad you're here, Ahmad. That makes me happy to see you again.
Yeah, it's my pleasure.
Okay. And then Ernie. This is a noisy night tonight. Let's see. Ernie, how are you?
I muted Ernie because he has some noise. Sorry, Ernie. Yeah.
That's okay. I'm gonna. Hi, Ernie. Hello. Ernie, you have a lot of background noise, and it's hard to hear you.
Yeah, I know.
Listen, Ernie, you might need to put. I'm gonna mute you here because that's just very distracting here. Okay, good. All right. If he comes back, I might just boot him here so it doesn't happen. Okay. Sorry, guys. Let's go ahead and start here. I think we've had a lot of problems already. So today we're going to talk about immortality. I actually added the link at the very last second. I thought it saved earlier and it didn't. So let me grab the link right here. Okay, so let's see. We'll grab that link.
Is it from
Eric.
from the Daily Telegraph? Is it from the Daily Telegraph? Yeah.
I'm sorry. What?
I downloaded the link. It was in the Daily Telegraph topic or like that.
Yeah, the Telegraph. Yeah, the Telegraph. Okay, so let's go ahead and
Eric,
yes,
is it something we will going to read?
yes. So let me. I'll share the link
Can
again.
you
I'm
Can you
having.
put the link on Google Chat because I can open my Verbling chat?
Oh, sure. Okay, we can put that there as well. You guys, now
Okay,
I'm having
gotcha.
some computer issues here. Let me see what's going on. This is becoming a hoot tonight. Okay, there we go. So let's go ahead and we're going to open that. Okay, and so it's kind of a short paragraph or short little article. So I'm only going to read a little bit. Can you guys see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
so we're going to come in right here. What we'll do is I will just have. Oh, the echo's back. You guys, if you're not speaking, please mute yourself. Okay? Okay, good. So can I have a volunteer, someone to read these paragraphs right here?
I
I
will
can
read.
read.
Okay, go ahead.
Which one?
These three paragraphs.
This three paragraph from the title. Okay.
Yeah, so starting, if you can see my screen, it's going to say the 61-year-old American.
Okay. 1 minute. The 61-year-old American who has predicted new technologies arriving before says our understanding of genius and computer technology is accelerating at an incredible rate. He says theoretically, at the rate our understanding is increasing, nanotechnologies capable of replacing many of our vital organs could be available in 20 years' time. Mr. Kurzweil adds that although his claims may seem far-fetched, it's fetched,
Yes, far-fetched, correct, far-fetched.
far-fetched, uh, artificial pancreases and
Pancreases.
neural Pan- pancreases and
Yes,
neural implants are already available.
perfect.
Mr.
Okay,
Okay,
we'll stop right here. Go ahead and say this word too, vital organs.
Very important or critical organs. Yeah. Crucial.
I'm sorry, what?
Very important organs like the heart, like the brain.
Yes, exactly. Vital organs. Okay. Okay, you guys, so any questions about any of the words on this part?
Far-fetched.
Far-fetched. Okay, does anyone know what far-fetched means?
Means a lot.
That's hard to reach or
Yeah, hard to reach.
Unbelievable.
Something that's not very believable, right? We may not want to believe it because it's too far out there. It's not something we agree with.
can you give us its synonym?
Yeah, so impossible or implausible. Okay. Any other questions on this part?
Pancreases, please.
Okay, pancreases. Okay, so we have a pancreas, right? A pancreas is the organ in your body that creates insulin, right?
No. Yes. I now
Yes.
know it. Yes, the
Good.
one
Okay.
that for diabetes.
Good. Okay. Any other questions here? Okay.
No.
Let's go and let's read these next two paragraphs. Can I have a volunteer for someone to read these next two paragraphs?
Yeah, I will read.
Go ahead.
Mm, Mr. Coswell, is Coswell?
Mm-hmm.
Calls his theory of law of accelerating returns. Oh my God, this echo is making me insane. I will read again. Miss Kurzweil calls his theory of the law of accelerating returns. Writing in The Sun, Mr. Kurzweil said, I and many other scientists now believe that in around 20 years we will have the means of reprogram our bodies, Stone Age software so we can halt, then reverse aging. then nanotechnology will let us live forever.
Live forever.
Ultimately, nanobots will replace blood cells and do their work thousands of times more effectively.
Good. Okay. Can you say ultimately again? Ultimately.
Can you repeat, please?
Ultimately. Ultimately.
Ultimately.
Good. Good.
Ultimately.
Yes. Good. Okay. All right, guys. Any questions about any of the words here? No questions? Perfect. If we've got no questions.
Aging. I don't know.
Oh, aging. Okay. Does anyone know what aging means?
Like getting old. I don't know.
Yes. Yes.
Probably.
Exactly. Yes. Getting old. We age. So my age is, I'm 27. That's my age. And as I aging, I'm gaining more age. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Good. All right. Any other questions? Okay. Perfect. So, again, this I think this is one of those articles that's a little more, as it says, far-fetched, right? But I think it's going to bring up an interesting discussion, right? What do you guys think about that? Before we even bring up any certain subject, what did you guys think about the article?
Yeah, it's.
I think.
Can you hear me?
Go ahead. Yeah.
Okay, you first.
Go ahead, Ahmad.
I think it's not practical because if you make something, every material you make it will have, let's say, lifetime, or it will have the end or the absolute time. So if you design something as a human, you'll know that it will have a working hour or lifetime, and it will want to place the organ, the original organ of in our body. Uh, it's right now it's fact, and they teach it for everyone. I'm a biomedical engineer. I know how to place any organ. The main title of any artificial organ that it's not completely replacement for any organ in the body. So yeah, it's very
They are
complicated because
pulling our leg.
Okay, go, Ahmad, continue, and then we're going to go to Tarcisio. Okay, sorry,
yeah,
Ahmad.
for example, they invented many things as replacement for the pancreas or replacement for another organs,
right?
but they don't really have the same results as it's been as original. So they go for transporting originals or to get some volunteers to get all organs from them, and it works better than the artificial organs. So
Okay. So you're basically saying that even if we did have the technology, it would never be as good as an actual organ, an actual human body.
yeah.
Okay. No, that's interesting. That's good. Tarcisio, what were you going to say?
I was gonna say that our body is not made for living forever.
Mm-hmm.
If we would live forever like they promised, of course we would get a side effect.
Okay, so would there be side effects? Maybe, I don't know. We'd have like some kind of, our body would backfire maybe and kill us anyways.
I think it's collateral effect, but I don't know if this word is right in English. Let me translate. Google Translate said side effect.
Okay, side effects. Yeah. No, that's fair. Yeah, we would just have side effects, right? Okay. All right. Let's go.
We would get a lot of sickness, and we would get a lot of problems with our body.
Okay, so again, if we tried to do that, it would just mean that we would get sick because we couldn't really do that. Razgul, you were gonna say something?
Yeah, I'm gonna say something that, in my view, it would happen after 100 or 200 or maybe 300 years. But Yes, it is bound to happen as technology is growing every day.
Okay, okay, good.
The more immortality, maybe not immortality, but maybe humans can survive for maybe 1,000 years.
1,000 years. Okay. No, that would be very interesting. And I guess you could definitely see where technology we are getting better. I mean, to think that we have an artificial heart right now, that's pretty amazing, right? And
Yes.
even as Ahmad said, maybe again, maybe it's not as good as the real thing, but we could see maybe technology will get to the point where it could be as good as the real thing, right? Um,
Yes.
okay.
Um,
Any other
uh,
thoughts?
yeah,
Go ahead,
I
Sam.
think first we should say that we should focus on one idea. For example, if I want to talk about immortality,
Hmm.
so first we have to put aside any thoughts or beliefs now about that. Some people, for example, me, I believe that each one has his own time.
Hmm.
So it's not always dying for natural causes.
Hmm.
For example, aging, but for example, someone can die in accidents or something like that. So we put that all aside and we just talk about natural causes of death, right?
Right. Again, so maybe that might even be able to stop some things, but it's not going to be able to stop all things, right? So we could replace some of the effects of aging, but if we're supposed to die, if there's something that is that's going to make us die, we will die. Maybe maybe get hit by a car or someone will shoot us. Who knows, right?
Yes, and another
Yeah.
thing is another thing is talking about the way of immortality. I mean, for example, if we consider our bodies like cars,
Hmm.
and a car is designed only to live for 5 years, and the guarantee says that this guarantee only works for 5 years,
Hmm.
and after that we don't guarantee that your cars will work properly. And it's the same thing with our bodies. For example, our bodies, let's say that it is created to live about 70 years or 80 years.
Hmm.
And if you take more care of it, for example, the same example for the car, if you take more care of it, we might make the car live for 15 years, for example.
Right.
And the same thing for the body. If you take care of your body, you make your routines include some regular sports, a healthy diet, then you will get extra years, or at least um, you will live healthy for the last minute of your life.
No, yeah, that's true. And I guess even without technology, there's ways that we can extend our lives, right? Taking good care of it. So, okay, let me ask a more specific question here. Would you guys want to live forever? Want to be immortal? I guess in that sense.
No.
No.
No,
Why?
because I live forever. I believe in a spiritual life,
Okay.
Yes,
uh,
I believe in spiritual life too.
Okay. So I
and I
guess
believe I can reborn.
okay. Okay. So we may believe in a spiritual life, but what about would you? So why wouldn't you want to have a physical immortality, right? Where you don't ever die. You could die and have your spiritual immortality, but
Well,
why would you not want to live in a material, physical immortality?
well, who knows that in the future maybe the science can lead us into somewhere in between spirituality and physicality.
Hmm.
Maybe some virtual world,
Hmm.
maybe humans can find a way to convert their bodies into uh, software. Who knows?
Right, and that's one of the things I've heard about. Right, is eventually we can download what we are
Yeah.
into a computer chip. Right.
Who
Yeah.
knows? Yeah, who knows that our genetic material would be converted into some kind of energy, and
Hmm.
it would be incorporated in some kind of virtual reality. Then we might be living in the virtual world.
Right, right. And again, you guys, is that something you would want, though? I mean, do you think could it
I
be
mean,
boring to live forever?
that
Would it get
yeah,
old?
that virtual world can be a very realistic one.
Hmm.
I think the answer for your question is wanting to stay alive is something in our nature.
Hmm.
It is like if you feel that like this room is getting out of air, you will out of conscious just try to get out of this room.
Hmm.
You can't just stay there deliberately. Um, this is something in our nature, but we have to think about it again. For example, if you are 17 years old, and every day you find something new to experience. Every age has something to experience. But after reaching about 80 years old, you will find everything is boring. You tried everything, nothing is new for you. I mean, what happens if you are 200 years old? Imagine how boring is your life.
Um, I I think that it wouldn't be that boring if you're allowed to do different things throughout the decades. I mean, you get bored of life, or old people used to get bored of life because they aren't able to continue traveling, doing stuff.
Hmm.
Their bodies are not as strong as they were,
Hmm.
and I believe that's the reason because of what they get bored because they can't keep doing things. But if we not only live forever or for a long time, but we keep our strength,
Hmm.
maybe it would be interesting. I guess.
Okay, so
I
yeah,
think.
so
Um, I'm sorry, you has
go ahead,
continue.
Sam.
I think the only reason that someone is to find a reason to live is the achievements in his life and
Hmm.
the success. I mean, it's not about experiencing new stuff and making your life, full of iPhones, iPads, and experiencing new websites. That's not the life. Life is about achieving and successfulness and happiness. Um, if you can maintain that, I'm sure that if you live 1,000 year, you will be happy and you will be ready to live another 1,000 year.
Hmm. Okay, so again, it might just depend on what we could do, right? If I'm immortal in a box, right, in a closed box, that could be horrible, right?
Yes,
Yes.
Right.
But what about
That-
getting old?
yeah.
yes.
So
I mean, yes. I think he means that if an immortal just getting old and old, and in the end you need a serum in his hand and he's sitting in a mobile bed, that's not a life.
It means you'll be dead as well.
right, right, right. And I guess again, that would be a good question, right? Is again, like you guys said earlier, or Imad even was saying, maybe our bodies just aren't meant to live forever. We can make some corrections. I might be able to get an artificial heart, an artificial pancreas, a replacement here, replacement there, but maybe in the end my body just won't make it, right? It just can't do it, and I could, I might be immortal, but it would be decrepit. I would sit in a bed all the rest of my life.
Yes. That's why
Well,
the okay.
they are saying is that we will become robots using superficial or robot heart, lungs, pancreas, and nanobots instead cells. It's nanobots, isn't it?
Yeah, nanobots.
Yeah. It is also mean that human race will be extinct because we have natural organs.
Hmm.
Every time they that our breath has limited, yeah. We're born with countable breaths, so they are trying to make us robot.
Trying to make us robot. Right, right. Razgul, you were gonna say something?
I was saying that that's why the physicality has some limits.
Hmm.
Well,
Mhm.
it can't reach up to the spirituality, and that's why we believe in spirituality and eternal life after death.
Hmm.
Well, spirituality is always in dimensions. like we are living in 3 dimensions, and we would find fourth one, we would find fifth one, but we can't liberate ourselves from dimensions. We are in always in dimensions.
True.
Maybe we would find another universe, but that would always be in a dimension.
Right. So I
But
We
the
guess
are so
spiritual
limited.
life, but the spiritual life is not dimension. It's something else.
okay,
Uh,
yeah,
it's, it's,
that's a good point. So again, maybe dying, the spiritual immortality, where we've completely escaped anything that we understand of what we could be right now. Yeah, it would be
Yeah,
different. Yeah, and again, maybe that a spiritual immortality, that would be an interesting question. Is that kind of thing? Could that be boring? To have a spiritual eternal life, or maybe not. Again, maybe it's like you said, there would be. It's such a different way of seeing things, viewing things, that it could
yes,
never possibly be
exactly.
boring.
talking about spiritual life, it differs very much between one culture and one religion to the other. I
Hmm.
mean, we don't want to go there, but it's a very huge topic.
For
I
sure,
mean,
for sure.
yes. So if we are now focusing only on, let's say, we are assuming that there is no afterlife. There's just death, and your body will dissolve, and that's it. So, and if you have the natural needs in your mind that you want to live, so why would you want to live? Why would you want to be immortal, right? And how can you be immortal? And what is the use of getting immortal? I mean, for example, if you watch the movies and the TV shows about the vampire, like for example, the Vampire Diaries,
Hmm.
they are inconsistent, because if you see someone that is about 1,000 years old and he's acting like he's just 30 years old and not really experience everything,
Yeah,
I mean,
true.
that doesn't sound like he is 1,000 years old. He should be bored of everything. He's not like experiencing something the first time, you know?
Well, okay. Let me ask you a question
Yeah,
on that
This
same
is
topic, though.
boring.
Um, so okay, I think the older people that I know, right, they are wiser, right? But in some sense
Right.
too, I don't want to say some of the old people I know are smarter. I don't think that they're smarter. I think that there's some older people that know less, right? Because maybe they're not familiar with new technologies, or they're stuck in old ways, right? They're wise in one way. So if you have someone that's 1,000 years old, right? Could they be smarter, or will it be the same way? Maybe they'll just have more experience, but they'll still be maybe stuck in their own ways. Could that be a possibility?
well,
Uh, so
Let's go, and then Tessija.
actually, if we think of our past, what were we? We were just more or less similar to the monkeys, as the theory of evolution says.
Hmm.
And the monkeys' way of life is what? Just eat, sleep, and nothing else. They don't know. But with the passage of time, the humans develop and find new ways, and now we are learning English, and that's a kind of thing we are having interest in our life. So maybe in the future, those who live longer may find new ways to engage their self in different activities, and their anger would be much more broader about the life than what we are
Hmm.
seeing life.
I think we shouldn't depend on the theory of evolution, because if you think about it, actually we are getting back now. The 10 years ago, I used to be in a school that doesn't allow a calculator to be used. I mean, that means that I must turn on my brain more and make it more active. I mean, for now, everything is easy. Just use iPhone, laptops.
Hmm.
Uh, in the end, you people are getting, with respect to all, they're just getting less smart because they depend on the machines.
Hmm.
So the more evolution you talk about, the less cleverness of a level of people you will see.
So I'm sorry. So you're saying that
No,
maybe
I'm saying that the idea of experiencing new things based on evolution is not basically correct, because the more we evolve, we will see a human getting degraded cleverness, degraded smartness. I don't know how to say it. Um,
I'm sorry, so we would get more, we would get smarter, or we would
no,
lose.
Less
no.
smart.
I mean, for example, um, 10 years ago, you will have to use a calculator to calculate something. So,
Right.
and a calculator is not always in your pocket.
Mhm.
So you have to use your mind and a paper and pen. But now you can find a phone in your pocket anytime, and you can use its calculator. So this is just a simple example. But if you go to bigger examples like using the laptops, using technology, it means that you use more comfortable things. That means it's like you depend more on the machine. So you will lose some of your skills based on the machine.
And so that's interesting. So I can see your point. I might disagree with you though in saying that we things are getting more complex, right? It requires more intelligence to use machines, right? I mean, we live in an age of specialization, right? Where you know now you can't just go to high school and be okay. You have to go to college, and in the future you'll have to do more schoolwork to be able to do anything because things are getting more complex.
Yes, but going to school is not related to technology. I mean, uh, you can just uh, learn something, and you can see that every machine you use today is getting to be easier and easier. For example, 5 years ago, you will see your phone that has about 20 buttons, but today you can see an iPhone with only one button. I
Right,
mean,
just the big.
in the future, you will see a machine that reads your mind.
Uh-huh. Okay, okay, so I could see your point where we would get lazier. Okay, all right, guys. Any other thoughts? Okay, so how about this? If we're going to rely on technology, so let's say that we can use technology to become immortal, right? And I start replacing things in my body, right? So I start replacing my heart, and then I start replacing my liver and my pancreas, and I start replacing my intestines, and eventually I'm half machine, I'm half artificial, right? And then I get to the point where maybe my brain is getting too old, and I start replacing parts of my brain, and then I'm maybe 75% machine, right? Will I get to the point where I am no longer me, and the thing that is living forever isn't me? It's a machine.
There we go to the difference between spirit and mind and body. So when we say that you are a machine, that
Mhm.
means only your body or only your brain, or if you believe in that there is a spirit, is it your personality related to the spirit? I mean, talking about moving your mind to a software and a computer, like for example the movie The Matrix,
Mhm.
something like that means that you can move something that now we cannot identify. For example, your spirit.
Mhm.
You can't move it in a software because you don't know what it is already, right?
Right,
So when you say that if I am 75% robot,
mhm.
am I me? Well, you should first define what is me. Am I just the body or the body and something else?
Mhm.
Right?
We
Right,
are
but
consciousness.
right, I agree, but I think it doesn't. We could say it might not even matter if there's a spirit or not, right? Or where it would be at, because we could say that this spirit could follow, the technology, right? Maybe the spirit could be in the chip, the microchip, right? Because it can follow. Maybe that we could think of it that way, right? And again,
If if we could transfer whatever makes us
mhm,
to a software or to a machine, then it wouldn't matter if we are 100% machines. Our personality, our conscience, and our memories in, are the sum of what we are.
mhm.
And we can transfer that, and then it will the the container won't matter,
Okay, yeah.
and
So
we will
it's
still be us.
I think I think your soul can follow technology as long as you don't transplant your brain.
so okay. So as long as I have my brain, I would be okay. What if? Do I need to have my
How
full
about the
brain?
heart, for example?
Yeah.
How about the heart, for example? It's not as unplacement because honestly, unplacement, I suppose. People who make heart transportation, they have psychological effects. They have bad effects. They made documentary videos in the last decade about people who make heart replacements or transportation. They found that they have psychological change, and they now believe that the heart is a place where memory, deep memories, emotions, has been hidden for a long time. And yeah, but I think immortality idea is not, it's not for me, not for you, it's not for everyone. It's just for the people who can afford it. I mean, healthcare itself is an industry, and this industry is having some improvement. It's coming over some problems. And yeah, we have some revolutionary ideas about replacement for vital organs, but we can't just afford it. It's very expensive for me, for you. So at the end of the day, it's not for me, not for you. It just can give improvement for people who can afford it. They talk about a sheep that you can in your heart to control your emotion, example. There's an upgrade. Another upgrade, they talk about a replacement for some organs in the body that they convinced that are not going or not working, let's say, in the appropriate way with our life nowadays. These people who think about immortality think about how to give something that's revolutionary, and they want to solve it at the end of the day because it's not something that we're convinced about. It's something that you are chasing at the beginning of your life. I'm not in good condition to think about and have a good life, to think that I should be alive for a long time. But people who have money, let's say for example, someone who invented, let's say, or someone who earned $1 million every day or every minute, he will try to live for a long time because it's pleasure, it's a heaven. So he will try to think about changing his some of his vital organs, or to buy some new ones, or to change something, and they will have a solution for him because it's industry. It's not for me, not for you, not for you. It's not to care about for me, for example.
No, Imad, I think you made some really good points there. Yeah. On one hand, I had heard this before that organ transplant receivers, their personality can change, right? I don't think the verbally
Yeah.
chat is working, right? But there is an article that I have here that I wanted to share. Let me see. Okay, it is working apparently. Okay, so that right there, basically it says that this a person committed suicide, and then they donated his organs, and then the person who received it, I think, ended up marrying the the other person's wife, right? And then also killing himself in the same way as the original owner did. Okay, and that was a little
Oh,
confusing, right? But one of these strange things, right? The first guy kills himself. The second guy gets his organs. He marries the first guy's wife, and then kills himself in exactly the same way as the first guy, right? And again,
Yeah.
that may be a fluke. Maybe that was just one kind
man,
of thing, or maybe
this
he adopted his personality.
this is just like as we see the aliens are real.
Right, right, right.
Yeah.
Right. So again, but maybe there is something though. If I took your organ, right? If I took your heart, maybe there's a little bit of you that would be in me, right? So it is possible. I could see it in the sense of
Yeah. Aliens can be real. They can be our
well,
yeah,
okay.
they can be our future.
Right.
They might come from our future to see and their
No.
past,
Aliens
how
are
we are
smart.
living here.
Let me see if I could make an argument here that might make sense, because I think, okay, so maybe let's say you have a heart, okay, that is very used to, you know, being a lot more stressed,
It's
right?
not
So
just a pump.
what's that?
Yeah, it's not just a pump. It's not just a blood pump, and it's known in medical. Its title. It's a very known idea. It's not just a pump. It's a place where you feeling, you love, you hate. Everything is in this place, in this small organ. Yeah,
Right.
and the
Yeah. So
main reason for that, yeah, if you feel like angry, your heart will start beating. It's not physical. It's not well explained. They have no explanatory for all these motions in the medical stuff, because they don't know for real why is that function placed in the heart or sit on the heart, not in the brain. And they show that there is some reason. And heart transportation just ensure this idea. People who have heart transportation, they have completely changed, and they feel that they have some memories from the donators.
right, right.
And yeah, there's a whole history about this point, and I'm convinced about it.
Yeah, again, and I think again maybe I could bring it down to a very very simple level. Again, so if I have a heart, right, um, so your heart, right, and it was maybe you live a very stressful life, so your heart is very used to pumping fast all the time, right, and so it has become the type of machine that responds to stress at a different level. And then I get your heart, and maybe I'm a very calm person, right? And so my body is not used to a heart that is so apt for stress, right? And so I get this heart, and then suddenly my body responds differently and includes my emotions, emotionally, how I respond to stress differently, right? So again, I could agree, even on a basic level, maybe we could say that, yeah,
Well,
I'm adapting that personality. I'm adapting that thing.
materialistically speaking, that's all fluke. That there is nothing reality in that,
Mhm.
because we are speaking in for physicality and material. We are
Mhm.
not speaking for the spirituality. So these kinds of theories are all just fake, and it doesn't make sense, because heart's muscles are there to pump, and brain muscles are there to create your personality.
Mhm.
Yes, but we have to keep in consideration that science is not perfect. I mean,
Mhm.
every day we discover something new. So I'm sure that we don't know everything about our bodies. So you can't say that the heart is just a pump. You might be one day find out a research in let's say in 2020, and a research that says that they found out a part in the heart that it contains a memory, right?
Yeah, and then if they found out, then they will also find out the what can be done to maintain the, or what can be done to treat that.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think that's a good point, Sam. Is again, maybe we're at again the whole level of technology, right? We don't know, and I think it is possible that we could have parts of our body that store some things about ourselves, maybe at a very basic level, not full blown emotions, but something there, right? Okay, good. Any other any other thoughts on this?
No.
Okay,
Back to your idea about
go ahead, Sam.
I replace my body parts with a robot, with
Mhm.
a robot parts. For example, we were talking about replacing one heart with another heart, and we talked that there is a consequences about changing personality.
Mhm.
There's something about robots that they are dead. They are just metals and you know just dead materials, not even organic. So if you replace your heart, that means you don't have a memory of someone else. That means that your memory are dead. You just feel that you are not your. Well, you remember everything, but you can't feel them. It's not. It's like they're just boring, and you. It's like your heart is dead, actually.
No, that's a good point there, Sam. Again, maybe again if we're becoming robotic, we're taking robot parts or transplants that are not real material. Yeah, do we become more that way? Do we become more?
Why you are going robot? There can be live cells which can be better than our cells we are having now.
I guess that's true. I guess that's a good point there too. There, as is again maybe again one idea is maybe if we achieve immortality, it would be through the technology, right? That technology. But you're right. Maybe technology could take us to where we just grow new hearts, right? And that seems
Yeah,
possible. Yeah, that we could just grow different organs or stimulate certain
yeah.
growth in areas. Yeah.
They have found out that there are dead cells which can be motivated to regenerate your muscles.
Yeah, that's true. And so
Yeah,
that would be very interesting. Because I think um, there are certain types of animals or certain type of I think there's actually one type of
starfish.
yeah jellyfish. I think there's a jellyfish that does technically live forever because it's able to regenerate every part of itself eventually.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, so maybe again we could regenerate ourselves.
But the idea itself is that the jellyfish is a very simple creature, and
Hmm.
maybe it doesn't have any memories, just a living tissue.
Hmm.
We can't compare it to the complexity of human.
That's true. That's true. But and again, this would just be some speculation, right? We don't know if it actually happened. Maybe a
Yes.
technology could bring us to the point. But again, Sam, maybe you're right. Maybe we never could, right? Maybe it's just way too complex.
Yes.
Well,
And there's
ultimate,
another.
yeah.
Yes, sorry.
Okay,
Okay, Sam and then Razgul.
yeah.
Okay.
Eric, do you believe in a spiritual life?
Yeah, so Tarcísio, we'll get back to this. So we're going to go Sam and then
Okay,
Razgul, and then we can
sorry.
get to that. Yeah.
Okay. There is something in science that says that everything in your body replaces with time, except one thing is the nerves and the neural system. For example, your brain, your spinal cord. These things don't replace. And this idea means that, and there is something about this. Why they don't replace? Because they contain the memory. For example, you remember how to move your hand. If
Yeah.
you replace the nerves that is related to moving hands, that means that you have new nerves that didn't learn how to move your hand, and you'll feel that this is something new. And here comes the uh, what we call it physical training, learning how to move your hand, all new.
Okay. Yeah, physical therapy.
Yes, and so the idea of changing the brain, for example, is not possible. If you change anything of your brain, that means that you change the memories that comes with it.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay,
True.
that's a good point. So again, yeah, if I start regenerating things in my brain, or even if I get to that point, it would no longer, again, maybe that could be something that's not me. Again, I'm changing who I am. Razgul, you were going to say something?
Yeah, if we think in this point of view, then we could not even uh, we could not even perform the surgery in the last 500 years. If we go back to last 500 years, we could not even perform any kind of surgery, and we could not even replace the any cell, or we could not even treat such type of things. But we are now. So
No, that
maybe in the future, we could able to regenerate the nerves also.
no, that's
Who
a good point.
knows?
Yeah, yeah, because again,
It's not
500
about
years ago, we were putting leeches on ourselves, thinking it would cure all sorts of diseases.
Yeah,
Yes, it's not about just regenerating the nerves and the cells of the neural system. It's also about the information that are on these nerves. Maybe Imad knows something about this. I'm not sure. But the main idea, yes, you can regenerate your body. I'm sure that science will reach a point that you can regenerate a whole new copy of your body. There's something, maybe science will reach the point that they can copy all your thoughts and memories and train your new neural system that is in your copy of your body.
Yeah, yeah. Good. Okay, and then Tarcísio, you were going to say something?
I asked you if you believe in spiritual life.
I believe that I don't know hardly anything to be able to say much about that. I
We all believe that, but
Yeah,
we are not talking here because so that's why I can't speak about spiritual life.
right. Um, yes, I think that there's something like a spiritual life, but I don't know enough about the physical life to tell you anything about the spiritual life. That's that's why we're discussing it because I don't know. So,
Ha-
um,
have you have you ever heard about astral projection or
I
out of body experience?
I have, yeah.
It's amazing.
They're interesting stuff for sure. Okay, you guys, unfortunately, we've come to the end of my class here. Thank you guys for your opinions. This was good. This was a good little debate. Here's my Facebook page. If you guys have any, complaints or compliments or suggestions of how I could do better, go ahead and write me. I'm going to be teaching tomorrow. I think what am I talking about tomorrow? I forget already. I think, I think,
Spiritual
I think feminism tomorrow. I forget.
feminism.
It could be feminism. That might be Friday, but I believe it's feminism tomorrow. Okay?
What is the meaning of feminism?
What's that?
What is the meaning of feminism?
Okay, so feminism is a movement basically that's about the female, right? That women stepping up and having rights and having their rights respected.
Uh-huh.
They want to be equal.
Yes, they want to be equal. So we're going to talk about that feminism, right? Are women and men equal on every level? Are they the same? Are women better in some areas? Are men better in some areas? So we'll talk about that. Okay.
Great
So
subject.
thank you guys. Thank you guys for coming to class. You guys were awesome, and I will see you guys later. Okay.
Okay. Have a nice day.
You too.
See you.
Goodbye.
Thank you, Ahmad, for coming. It's good to see you again.